Welcome back to my channel. So this is upload 3 of the preliminary examination challenge series. I hope you have been studying well, and I would try to be as honest as possible regarding my updates. So this was the timetable for the 6th and 7th. Okay, 5th I am missing. So for 5th I was supposed to do a test paper of Indian polity and constitution from vision, which I did on 5th. So yes, 5th was a fruitful day, and I did my leftover work and try to stay away from UPSC preparation, because I feel a day break will again give me or provide me with that vigor to start again afresh. 6th and 7th I was supposed to do Yojana, Insights, Vision and Economic Survey. So Yojana, yes, I kind of did it, so I'll show you. So this is like almost read and reread type of thing. In my copy also, sorry, so see, this is power for all. So I have tried to summarize all the chapters. So if you can see, this is just one chapter, this entire thing. This is another chapter. So this is quite convenient, unlike the last yojana, which I didn't find very useful. This yojana was pretty much very important, and it talked about almost everything, starting from the solar mission till the rural electrification program, till how renewable energies are important, then how energy efficiency also plays an important role. So when we are talking about renewable energy, we also need to talk about energy efficiency, because we cannot completely shift towards renewable energy. There was an article about the nuclear energy, which I personally did not like, but yes, I did make notes about it, so that later I can always come back and see these sections. So yes, yojana is definitely done. So if you are having this chit till now, which I had asked for from day one, you should have cancelled the first one, that is of August, and we have covered January ka disaster management. The next we are supposed to do is women empowerment. It should be a pretty important topic. Let's see how Yojana has handled this topic this time. It is the September edition. So yes, now coming to vision current affairs of August. Yeah, I pretty much did vision current affairs. I think I just left one section, maybe the environment section. I did not get the time to cover, which I will do it right away after filming this video. Otherwise, pretty much I have covered everything. I have underlined so that I can always come back. I have told you in the last video also, I do not make notes because it is already a very shortened version in itself. Now the tricky part is insights answer, which I was supposed to write 4 answers, like 2 each day, so it should be 4. But unfortunately I was so busy these 2 days that I just could not find out the time to even see the website, check the answers and write down something, which I feel is extremely wrong, and I should not make this a habit. But I want to be as honest as possible, because by the end of all these strategies, preparations or hard work, you should not be cheating yourself. So I could not write these answers. I feel sad about it, but I just feel I had no other alternative, because I was just working on multiple deadlines. But again, that is no excuse. So I will try to cover these 4 answers this Sunday. So what I am doing is I am just writing down the question so that I don't miss the cue, and I am noting down the dates, that is 6th and 7th. So on Sunday, which is a relatively free day, I would definitely try to cover these answers, because mistakes or missing out is okay, but it should not be a consistent practice. Otherwise the hard work won't pay. So let's see how we redeem this miss out. Economic survey chapter 2 plus notes. Yes, I kind of did it. Chapter 2, if you can see, the economic vision for precocious cleavaged India. The title is very fancy and it is a pretty small yet important factor where they are talking about the problems about the Indian economy, as in how in a very short period of time it tried to do multiple things, and those things, unlike any other country or any other economy, are still not corrected or still are in that dysfunctional shape, and there are multiple hindrances, but still we are doing a pretty good job. So yeah, it is okay. Personally speaking, I really love the last economic survey, not very fond of this one. And if you see the conclusion part of it, so all of a sudden they talk about demonetization, though there's a separate chapter allotted to it. So I just find it very out of place, especially the conclusion, because I feel conclusion should conclude whatever you have discussed, or show a way forward. This just talked about just all of a sudden about demonetization, though obviously it is making all the right points and everything, but there is a different chapter about it. So yes, economic survey notes I did. So yes, more or less I was successful in doing the thing, except insights, which I will try to redeem. Now coming back to my timetable, if I am following it properly or not. If I'm getting at 5 o'clock, no, I am getting around 6:30 because it's too cold. But then even if I'm getting at 6:30, I am stretching it. Like ideally I should sleep at 12, but I'm sleeping around 1:32. So somehow I think it's just getting balanced. The first few days, like third and fourth, I was not doing meditation and exercise, but slowly I was just feeling very tired, and as if I don't have enough stamina, and as I have already back problem, when I was sitting I was again getting those similar pain issues. So I have started doing yoga and meditation. So let's see how far I'm continuing with it. Yeah, I am giving 2 hours before I go to office. So definitely 2 hours I'm giving before I go to office. In office I try to focus on just whatever I have to do in office, but then there are days where I can squeeze in say 1 hour. So I try to do a test paper or just read the incomplete chapters of Yojana, but usually I do not get time. And yeah, once I come back I do get the time, and these 5 hours are completely dedicated to the highest thing. Why I am showing this timetable, the reason is just to show that yeah, this is a tentative timetable, and we need to find out ultimately the 9 hours. So little bit here and there should be fine, but what is not fine is being dishonest to yourself. There will be days you will be demotivated, you'll just have a bad mood day, bad work day, and you don't want to study, which is sometimes fine, because this cannot be an exercise where you do not have ups and downs. So yeah, just take a break, say for 3-4 hours or half a day or one day, but then try to not leave the sections that was allotted for the day, and kind of manage it, say one chapter, or do something and try to squeeze in the timetable into your other regular timetable, because these things would pay off, if not immediately, definitely in the long run. Okay, so if you have this timetable, this list, you must have checked out this August one, December one. Next we are doing September. So I showed you about the Yojana thing, and this is economic survey. Chapter 1 and chapter 2 is done. Next we are doing chapter 3, 4, 5, and I think 6, or could be 7 also. So let's rightly jump to the next section that I'm going to discuss, is the timetable. So because I am being little bit busy, so I just thought let me just put up a timetable for 4 days at a stretch, and my next upload would be on the 12th, which is a Sunday. But yeah, I am dividing the work portions definitely for 2 days, but my next upload would be after 4 days. So for 8th and 9th, okay, you are supposed to do Yojana September with notes. Without notes it really serves no purpose. Then the second thing you have to do is vision current affairs of September. Insights answers I have to do because I've already missed, so 4. And economic survey chapter 3 and 4. So if you see, the timetable is pretty much same except one thing, that is economic survey. We were doing one chapter in 2 days, but from this timetable onward we are going to do two chapters in 2 days, so one chapter a day, because now I feel we have become comfortable with the survey as such, so the reading should be a little bit fast. And please do not go for online notes, go for the original one. Okay, so for 10th and 11th, again we will do Yojana October, Vision Current Affairs October, Insights Quiz, Insights Answers, and Economic Survey Chapter 5 and 6. So on 12th February, when I give you an update, ideally I should finish Chapter 3, which is demonetization, Chapter 4, which is the festering twin balance sheet problem, chapter 5, which is fiscal framework, the world is changing, should India change too, chapter 6, fiscal rules, lessons from the states. Why I am trying to speeden up the process is because we become a little comfortable with economic survey, so the speed should be more, and especially these are issue based chapters, not very generalizing chapters, so they should finish quickly and you can make your notes very quickly too. So yes, that is for 10th and 11th. And 12th February, which is a Sunday, we will do vision test paper number 2 and economic survey chapter 7. So yes, it seems a little bit too much, but then I think we have to balance, we have to multitask, we have no other option because we have a dream which is little bit different from our current job position. So to get good benefits, we should keep working hard. Also about the test series, I should say, do not get disappointed. So when I took the test, I was so scared because I had multiple mistakes, because after last year prelims I did not get the time to revise the core subjects. But what I did is I tried to solve the paper, say, in 1 or 1.5 hours. I just took 1 hour because most of the questions I didn't know the answers to most of the questions. I mean, I was confused because I didn't revise the core subjects, as now we are doing the dynamic portion, which is completely okay. But what is most important about solving a test paper is, after you give the exam, rather than feeling sad about the score or happy about the score, you need to go back to the answer key section and check out each and every answer. So in this way you kind of revise the core sections very well. So, and this is a process in which you are not directly studying the core subjects like history, polity, or anything that is part of it, but you're indirectly reading it. So when we revise or we start revising the core parts, it should not seem very alien to you, or it's like I'm reading this after 1 year. It should not be that kind of condition. So yes, solving questions is important, but going through the keys and looking for your mistakes is more important, because you get more information in this process, and that process actually takes away 3 to 4 hours sometime. You should not rush into it, you should gradually do it, say 50 questions in the morning and 50 questions in the evening, so that you kind of get all the answers from a broader framework and not just limit yourself to the specific question. So I would see you on 12th February, where we would discuss the updates about 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. In the meanwhile, I will have some videos for the climate series which I am doing for class 9th students who follow the NCERT books. I might have some updates, but the update for this challenge would only come on 12th. Have a nice day and work very, very hard.